many, because it's not only about how great your creatives are, but also if they're relevant and how often you're refreshing them. So one of the things that I always say to people in the No BS Advertising Club is, hey, listen, if your ads stop performing, the first thing that I always do is to refresh creatives. That's the first thing that I do. So he makes a point on the value of refreshing creatives. And then also in 11, so as you can see here, targeting is like salt, too much ruins the dish. I'm totally 100% agree with that statement right there, in terms of, hey, let Facebook do its thing. Let Facebook target for you, right? Let Facebook do its thing. Let Facebook target for you. And then, you can be pretty broad with your targeting, and Facebook will hone down on your ideal demographic, on your ideal buyer, okay? So again, this is something that I do recommend you check it out, because there's a lot of value here. Again, some stuff I do agree 100%. Some stuff, it might not be relevant to people with maybe smaller budgets. He's talking about CBOs and all of that. He's talking about the power of 5, which is like definitely relevant right now. But, I do agree that these type of advertisers, they come from talking to, high level budget type of campaigns, right? When you're talking to the CMO of, I don't know, Hilton Hotels, right? It's like they have millions of dollars of advertising to spend, and then you can test a bunch of stuff, and then you can run a bunch of CBO campaigns. But for the smaller advertiser, for the small business owner, which is usually the people that I work with, then that's not the case, right? That might not be the case. So you cannot afford to advertise that heavily. That's why each dollar needs to be accountable, okay? But again, take a look at this. I'm going to post it here in the Marketing Atlas Show, right here, marketingatlasshow.com. I'm going to post it there. Thank you, Savannah. I'm going to post Savannah's Twitter right here as well, because she's a boss, and she definitely shares the good stuff. All right, cool. So let's jump into the questions real quick, and we're going to go from there. I don't have a lot of questions, and I do attribute this to the fact that I couldn't promote this episode effectively because I was blocked out of Facebook. And then I also think that there's something that has to do with throttling the content, or throttling the resetting your reach when you go through some sort of checkpoint or some sort of stuff like that. This is like, I don't know, getting your Facebook ad account disabled for a little bit and then getting it back, how everything goes back to zero, or getting it paused because you're running, your payment method fails, and it's like resetting it back to zero. I think that I'm seeing the same thing right here. So I don't see a lot of questions, and it might be that. What's up, Holger? It's good to see you, my man. All right, cool. So let's see what we got here, and we're going to run this real quick. Okay, so Armand, which is usually and always supporting the show, so thank you, Armand. I do appreciate that. How do you go about creating a high converting landing page for your ads? That's actually a great question. And usually you don't know from the get-go, you do not know what's going to convert. Okay, so let's be honest, you do not know if your ads are going to work, you do not know if your offer is going to work, if your landing page is going to work. But one of the things that gives you the ability of having experience when it comes to running ads, and it's the fact that you can put together a library of good landing pages. So that means that you can put together a library of templates that have worked for you in the past, right? So it depends on what type of campaign you're running. So for instance, let's go here to the whiteboard right here, because I got it and I like to use it, and we're gonna use it, all right? So let me move the mic a little bit so that you guys can hear me all right. Okay, great. So it depends on the type of campaign that you're running. So let's say that you're running an ad. Say that you're running an ad to an opt-in page, right? So let's say that you're running an ad to an opt-in page. The quality and the amount of information that's going to be here, it's way different than if you're running an ad to, let's say, a webinar, right? So if you run ads to a webinar page, it might be different, right, than the information that you need to put in here. Usually when it comes to opt-in pages, when you have something that you're giving away for free, I like to keep this super simple. In fact, let me actually share with you the landing page that I use for my Perfect Ads cheat sheet, which is my #1 lead magnet. Let me actually go to hernanvazquez.com/perfect. Actually, no, it's hernanvazquez.com/cheat sheet, sorry. So let me actually share with you how this looks. It's pretty simple. Okay, there we go. So if you go to hernanvazquez.com/cheat sheet, you will be able to download this, and this is my landing page for my opt-in. This is my landing page for my opt-in, completely 100% super simple, and it works. It has like a 50 or 60% opt-in rate or something like that. It's crazy. Here's the deal though. This page gets mostly warm traffic. This page right here gets mostly warm traffic. So that means that people that know who I am, they have heard about me, and they are interested in what I have to sell, they visit this page because either I'm promoting it to warm traffic on Facebook, or B, because they find it online. I have it on my Instagram profile, I have it here and there, I have it on my Facebook group. So if you go to hernanvazquez.com/cheat sheet, or if you see a video, if you watch a video of me on YouTube, then you will be able to get this, and it's mostly warm traffic. That's one of the reasons why it converts that well. Now, if you take a look at digital marketers, landing pages for free stuff, then they might be more elaborated, I should say, because they're mostly run cold traffic to those pages, okay? So it depends on the quality of the traffic that you're getting, the temperature of the traffic that you're getting, and also what's behind that landing page. Again, for a webinar, I might be a little bit more, I might have more content in it. And then it also depends if you're running ad to a sales page, right? So if I'm running ad to a sales page, it also depends on what type of product you're selling. Because for instance, if you have a $7 ebook, then your copy doesn't have to be, you don't have to write a lot of copy to get people to buy your $7 ebook. Now, if you're selling a $97 program, like if you go to hernanvazquez.com/perfect, you will see that this sales page is really elaborated. And the reason why I have a VSL, I have copy. The reason why is because it's a 27. Well, actually, no, it was 27. Now it's 97. It's a 97 program, and I need to sell people more, right about that. And at that page get both cold traffic and warm traffic. So if you go to hernanvazquez.com/perfect, let me actually share with you. We're at it. hernanvazquez.com/perfect. Boom. Let me go to the screen share. And as you can see, this is a little bit more elaborated type of landing page. Oh, well, I'm cookied now because this is an offer that will expire if you don't take action. So let me actually go into incognito and we'll do this. hernanvazquez.com/perfect. And I'm cookied because Deadline Funnel says that I cannot take that offer anymore, right? Okay, let's try that. Let's try this. Okay, so this is working now. Okay, so as you can see, this is a little bit more elaborated, right? This is a little bit, it has bonuses, has future pacing here, it has testimonials, like it has who am I, has more testimonials, has a guarantee, an FAQ, has more testimonials. So as you can see, if you send cold traffic to this, even if it's a $97 product, there's a high chance that it will sell. And also Deadline Funnels does some of the heavy lifting as well. So at the end of the day, to answer your question, Roman, it depends on where you're sending traffic to and what temperature of traffic you're sending it to. The colder the traffic, the more you need to sell on the landing page. So that means that you need more copy, you probably need more elements, you need a VSL and all of that. So the colder the traffic, the more you need to sell. The warmer the traffic, the simpler you can use a landing page like the one that I just showed, right? For my cheat sheet. Now again, it also depends on, and then once you have this running, then it's a matter of sending traffic to these different landing pages and then figure it out if they work or not. Like for instance, I was talking to one of my coaching students, consulting students actually, on Monday, and he was saying, "Hey, dude, do you think that we should change the image on the headline? Like they have a headline, and then on the background of that image, they will have an image, right? And do you think that we should change that because it doesn't reflect our brand? And I spend a lot of time picking that image, and I'm like, dude, that's the least important part of your landing page. Like pay zero attention to that. Just make sure it's like PG-13. Like don't put any like nude pictures or anything like that on that page, right? But you can put it on the thank you page. I'm just kidding. But make sure that that's not, make sure that it's congruent. But it doesn't matter. Like if you have a puppy or if you have a professional, like, you know, shaking hands with somebody else on that page, it won't change the conversion rate. So there's always like 2 to 3 things that change the conversion rate. Number one is the headline. Like, what are you saying on your headline? Like, your headline is going to determine like 97% of your success on your landing page, okay? The second thing is your buttons call to action, like your buttons text. What are the buttons saying? That's number 2. And number 3 is your buttons color. So again, number 1, headline, number 2, buttons text, and number 3, buttons color. So like I've tested orange, blue, green, and which one, and they work. And actually, I'm working with these guys. They used to be called Funnel Doctor, but now they're called, I think they're called, oh man, I forgot the name of the tool. But anyways, they're pretty good. They're in beta right now. I'm testing them. I'm a beta tester for them. And they're going to roll it out, and it's a tool that will allow you to split test on the fly, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to share it with you guys once it's on the market. But right now it's not, so it's in beta. But I'm going to share it with you guys once it gets out there. So auto optimize. That's the name of the tool. Auto optimize, and it's pretty good. And that's the 3. They have like a gazillion different tests that you can do or experiments that you can do. I just run those 3. I just run headline, I just run button color, and button text, and that's it. Because I know that those 3 things will be the needle mover for my ads, right? So again, once I find, let's say that on this cheat sheet one that I just show, like let me go back to the screen share. On this cheat sheet one, I just tested the headline. Like I tested like 3 different headlines, and that's it. Like I didn't test the button color, I didn't test this, I didn't test a lot of stuff. Because, you know, this is good enough for me. Like if people are opting in at a 70% or 60% rate, then I don't want to take another, I don't want to like squeeze another 5.1%, right, out of this. It doesn't make sense. And I might spend a lot of time doing that, okay? So that's something to consider as well. So I hope that helps. All right, cool. So let's see if we have any other questions, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's see. Okay, cool. Let's see. Waleed, what's up, Waleed? Here now, Facebook disabled my business account, and they say verify your business. I submitted each and everything. Then he also restricted access to my client's ad account. What's the advice? How do I fix it? Yes, so that's actually a good point, Waleed. Facebook is restricting businesses from advertising unless you're sending documentation to prove it, right? If you have a business, you want to go to your business settings, and you want to send documentation that is proven that you're a real business, okay? So you want to do that, and then you need to wait. Like honestly, they can take like a couple days for you to get back on track, because that's usually what happens. And then if you personally got banned from advertising on Facebook, you need to appeal. So that's the way you should do it. You need to appeal the decision. But usually what happens with business managers is that you need to send documentation that will prove that you're a real business, and this is happening left and right, by the way, so you might be proactive with this and go to business settings, and in the security center in your business settings, you can send documentation. You might want to go ahead and be proactive about this and send documentation, but they might take a couple of days, but then you might get your Facebook business manager back. It happens to a bunch of clients, and you know, we should send documentation, and we're good. We're back on track, okay? So yeah, and then for you personally, just go ahead and appeal like I did. All right. Okay, cool. So let's see if we have any other questions. If not, we're going to call it a day. Let's see. All right, everybody. So I don't see any more questions. Thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit. Hope that this was helpful. And if you have any questions, please feel free to go to marketingatlasshow.com to drop your questions. And if you want more advertising goodness, go ahead and join my free Facebook group. It's completely free. Go to hernanvazquez.com/Facebook. You can drop your questions there as well. And I'm pretty active. And also you have a bunch of additional high-level individuals that can help you with that. And don't forget to subscribe to my podcast, by the way. If you go to